Hi guys! By now, after my last video, you're probably wondering all these things about me, like who are you? And like, why do your socks only barely match? And why are you always filming in bed? Well, this video probably won't answer any of those questions and many others. In this video, I'm gonna go over all the stuff that I've bought for my next dress project. The exciting thing about this one is that I don't have anything done for it yet except the chemise. So I'm gonna be making the stays and like the dress and the spencer and a hat and a reticule all before July 15th because that's when an event that I really want to go to is, and we'll see how successful I am. I've got all this stuff and I wanted to show it off before I got started and kind of introduce the project. So I guess let's start. I'm going to be making a reticule. I found this crochet pattern online that I thought was really cute, and it uses black cotton worsted weight yarn, and I think it's within my expertise. I'm a pretty good crocheter, not very good at knitting, but crochet is good, so should get that done. And then next, here we have some medium weight linen, very exciting. This is for the lining of the, well, not the lining, the interfacing for the dress and for the spencer. They both use, it said hair canvas or medium weight linen, and I went to Joann's and they didn't have hair canvas and the lady had no idea what I was talking about, so I got the medium weight linen. Next up, for the spencer and the hat, this is a red, blue, iridescent silk taffeta. The whole hat is going to be made out of this, and then the like waistband and I think maybe the piping of the spencer is going to be made out of this. And I am so excited to be working with it because the only other time I've worked with silk was when I made my Victorian corset, but I used Dupioni, and Dupioni isn't historically accurate, I guess, but taffeta is, and it feels so luxurious and it looks very pretty, so I'm excited about that. And then for the main part of the spencer, I'm going to be using this cotton velveteen. I'm pretty sure back then they thought that velveteen made of cotton was of lesser quality than like silk velvet, but I can't afford a bunch of silk velvet, so I got 4 yards of this really pretty raspberry red cotton velveteen. And I'll show you the patterns that I'm going to be using after I'm done with all the fabric, because I think the fabric's more exciting. Right, and then next, which is covered in fuzzies from the velvet, is this very subtly striped, I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but it has like these satiny stripes, and it's 100% cotton. This is going to be used for the dress itself, so it's going to be very pretty, very Regency white. I don't know if like, well, I know all dresses weren't white back then, but it seems like in movies and stuff they're always white, and I'm not sure how accurate that is, but I wanted white because it felt very Regency to me. Now we're down to some more boring fabric. This is a bunch of plain cotton muslin, which I'm going to use for the bodice petticoat, and I think, oh, I have another cut of it. Yes, I have more here for the corset lining. So those are both just plain white muslin, pretty boring. And then the main layer of the corset needs to be made out of, well, the pattern recommends cotton sateen, so I went to Joann's and they had cotton sateen in the quilting section, and I'm hoping that this is the right stuff, but yeah. I've already made the mock-up for my corset. It's sitting over there in a pile because it's not very attractive anymore. It's all stretched out for me wearing and measuring and such. And then I got a crap ton of piping because I love piping. As you could tell on my last outfit, I was so good at sewing it on. Like, piping's fantastic. I'm also going to be making my own piping for the jacket. And then for the bodice petticoat, I'm using these natural shell buttons. At least I hope that's what they are. I assume they are. I've seen them online before and they looked really similar to this, so I hope that they're actual shell buttons. But yeah, it calls for 3 of them and this has 5, so we'll see how many I actually need. For the dress itself, for the buttons, I'm going to be trying to make Dorset buttons. If you don't know what those are, it's like where you take a metal or plastic ring and then you blanket stitch all around it with floss, and then you fill it in with spokes, and then you weave in and out of the spokes, and it looks really pretty in the end. So goals, we'll see how well that turns out. Alright, so that's all for materials, and now I'm going to talk about this fat stack of patterns that I have here. So first is the hat pattern. This is by Lynn McMasters, I believe her name is. She makes a ton of period hat patterns, and I think I have the Civil War bonnet pattern of hers as well, but this is her Regency one. I haven't actually had the chance to follow one of her patterns yet, so we'll see how easy this is. I already know I'm not completely prepared because I think you need a mull layer, which is like flannel batting, and I don't think I have enough of that left over from my quilt that I made in senior year of high school that I've been using the batting from for the last 5 years. And then, let's see, let's start from the bottom and go out. So the chemise pattern I followed was this one that is included with the Stays pattern by Laughing Moon. All the rest of the patterns are Laughing Moon, by the way. So the chemise, I was crazy, and I hand sewed the entire thing in one day. I don't recommend it. My hands were killing me by the end. Just don't do it. But it was really easy to follow. I actually had to get a tutorial by Historical Sewing because I've never done square gussets before, and I was very confused about how they were going in there, especially with flat felt seams. So her class really helped. Yeah, and then the Stays pattern is also included in the class that I'm taking with Historical Sewing, so I'm probably going to be following that as well as the instructions, because like I've never done triangle gussets either. Except, well, I did them on a doll once, but I'm pretty sure I did them the wrong way. So hopefully I'll learn how to do them the right way. I think I did them right on my mock-up. They turned out okay, and that's all that's important. But I'm doing all the cording channels and stuff on this. I'm not doing the theatrical version, I'm doing the actual version. So I have some cotton cord laying around somewhere that I'm going to be threading through all the channels. Next up is the bodice petticoat. So this is the bodice petticoat by Laughing Moon. It's pretty simple. I'm going to be doing the one with the tucks because I love how tucks look. They're just so delicate and dainty and feminine. I love them. Anyway, there's also a bum roll and a pocket, but I don't think I'll be making either of those because my dress doesn't have the side opening for the pocket, so I wouldn't be able to access it. And then for the bum roll, I don't think I need it. We'll see though. I have a flat butt, so we'll see. Next, the dress itself. This is actually a new pattern by Laughing Moon. I think it just came out like within the last few months. Yeah, it's instead of their bib front, which is like it ties at the top and bottom with ribbons, this one actually has buttons up the back. And really what sold me, I think, was just the fact that I liked how the bodice looks with shoulders rather than there just being sleeves and then like the tied bodice. So I like the neckline. I know it's like a little less like, I wouldn't say historically accurate. It's less common in the early years of the Regency, but I think I'm shooting for like 1815, so close enough. And then the final pattern that we're going to talk about is the Laughing Moon police pattern. So they have a Spencer pattern that has like a wrapping front, but that really wasn't the look that I wanted to go for, so I'm going with this one. And I'm just not going to do the skirt part, I'm just going to do the Spencer. And if you're curious, I'm doing view C, which is this one with the large collar. I'm going to be making my own frogs for this too. I bought some silk cord. Hopefully it'll be here soon. I didn't get express shipping or anything like that, so we'll see how long it takes for it to get here. But yeah, I think that's it. That was really loud and I'm sorry. I hope you enjoyed this video, my massive fabric and pattern haul, and I hope you stick around to see the other videos that I make on making these Regency things, this entire Regency ensemble. Thanks for watching, rate, comment, subscribe if you want to, and I'll see you next time.